that has definitely been a major issue in the UK across the board. Okay. Thames, sorry. This is convenient for the Tories. They can take this time to regroup and strengthen while the Tory in red clothing takes all the blame for a while. Then the pendulum can swing back to them. Some democracy. Brother, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think the pendulum is swinging back to them. I think the pendulum is swinging to a way more reactionary nationalism in the UK. I think that they are going to miscalculate and they're going to see this momentum and they're going to say, let's align with reform, actually. We'll take their seats. Look at the massive amount of voters that they're able to capture. Let's align with them. Okay, let's collaborate with them. Let's adopt some of their more reactionary influence. Bring it into the party. The Tories are already pretty fucking reactionary. They're super right-wing in general. Rishi Sunak literally was already doing that. The Rwanda protocol is literally like, it's some unimaginable cruelty. It's like, it's so perfectly British. I feel like it's Winston Churchill, okay? Without the keep calm and carry on World War II, like we lucked into the right side of that war politics, okay? It's insane. So we'll cover this in more detail in a second. Let's see the broader analysis.
Government this morning after voters threw out the ruling Conservatives in a historic shift to the left. Labour Party leader Keir Starmer required the symbolic approval of King Charles to become the new prime minister after Rishi Sunak handed in his resignation. Sunak's defeat is nothing less than a total repudiation by the British public. MTS Tayyab has more from London. MTS, good morning.
Good morning. Well, what a day in British politics, Nancy. After 14 years of Conservative rule, which saw the party bitterly fracture over Brexit, multiple leadership changes, and erratic internal divisions during times of national emergencies like COVID and the cost of living crisis, British voters have had enough.
I will also say that the global economic crisis across the board, like the global economic crisis in the Western world across the board, has basically been a repudiation of whoever is in power. Okay? This spells trouble for Biden's prospects across the board, even though, he has additional issues as well. But I will say, it doesn't matter who's fucking holding the reins. You know what I mean? Unless they are actually putting straightforward policy measures to combat the affordability crisis in a meaningful way, it doesn't matter what they call themselves. People are going to be like, no, you're done. It is basically a weird time where there is incumbent disadvantage. Okay? It's odd. It's not about like, because you see it with Macron in France, okay, center right, centrist neoliberal, getting absolutely comstered. You see the Tories in the UK after 14 years get eviscerated. Okay? People are just like swinging. They're swinging at whatever they can. Mexico's a great example. Mexico, on the other hand, has put into Mexico has actually implemented certain policies that were broadly popular by the Mexican electorate, which is why they voted for the same party again. Okay? Sure, there were a lot of issues, but that's why I said, unless there's something that your current government is doing that people see as like a legitimate way to like try to stave off further issues. And if you are in the Western world, if you're in Western Europe, you definitely aren't doing enough because, there's not a lot of momentum in that direction, not a lot of momentum in either direction, really. And the only changes that can come will happen in the direction of further right-wing slants within governance, whether it be like raising the retirement age, whether it be, trying to trying to continue neoliberalism, trying to continue austerity in whichever way they possibly can, while packaging it as like, well, this is the sane, reasonable thing to fucking do. Okay? But if you look at the vote share, Labor and Lib Dems have more votes combined than Tory and Reform. Brother, Lib Dems? Like, what are we talking about? You think that, like, the OG Labor Party and liberal Democrats are supposed to be aligned? Like, what are we talking about right here? What the fuck? Lib Dems. Last time Labor had a supermajority with Tony Blair, he said he regretted not being more progressive. I feel that Labor will do the exact same thing. This man, Keir Starmer, as far as I understand, unless he's been just like secretly faking it, and he actually is a fucking socialist, but he's been secretly faking being a centrist in order to, like, I guess, I don't know, in his own calculations, not put the fear of God in a bunch of reactionary British voters, unless he like changes course on what he has messaged thus far, okay? I think he's going to be more right-wing than fucking Tony Blair. I hope that's not the case, but it doesn't seem like I'm wrong so far. Anyway, let's continue.
And as Big Ben strikes 10, the exit poll is predicting a Labour landslide.
Even before a single ballot was counted, it was clear Keir Starmer's Labour Party had won a massive majority. And as the vote counting went into the early hours, it was confirmed.
We can now say with certainty that Labour have won the 2024 general election.
For the Conservatives, the defeat wasn't just crushing, it was a near annihilation. The worst result faced by the party in its 200-year history. Major figures out of jobs.
I mean, dude, they deserve so much worse. I mean, I'm being honest with you, like, they deserve to be imprisoned. Okay? This should have been nipped in the bud in the Thatcher era, okay? They should have just straight up done like a people's tribunal on the entirety of the Conservative Party and sent them off to the fucking mines, okay? Instead of privatizing said mines, they should have kept those mines, okay? They should have had state-funded mines that they shipped Thatcher and all of the fucking Tories to, and then done a serious re-education, okay? But they didn't. And the Tories have dominated British politics for a very long time. Specifically, the last batch was the past 14 years. And the UK became unimaginably poor, while also the British wealthy became unimaginably rich, which is, of course, exactly what happens both in America and every other fucking Western liberal democracy, where you have people in positions of power whose job is specifically to do that. Okay? You are joking, but I unironically support that. Am I joking? Who said I'm joking? The only joke here is that I forgot to run the top of the hour ad break and I'm running it 16 minutes in. Okay? That's the only joke. I wasn't joking when I said send them to the fucking mines, okay? Anyway. The Green Party did get a lot of votes. They got 4 seats, 2 more than expected. So perhaps there's a silver lining here. I mean, yes and no. Look at the fucking Lib Dems, dude. Anyway, here's the 3-minute ad break now. Let's do that. 3-minute ad break at the top of the hour. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you get 1 free Prime subscription a month. Use it on your favorite broadcaster. You know I'm being serious when I'm talking about British politics, and I haven't done a variety of different British accents throughout this process, okay? This is me locked in. Do you understand? I'm taking this shit seriously, all right? I haven't even done a British accent yet. It's been an hour. The coverage has started. I'm talking about motherfucking British politics, and I've yet to do an accent.